All right. Well, we're sitting here at 9 a.m., top of the hour, and I've already gotten some trades locked up here. Green in my retirement account, which is good. No trades in the main account. So, GCT, this one gave us a bit of a move here this morning. I wasn't really expecting it. We had the IPO yesterday. It wasn't exciting at all. It IPO'd and sold off, curled back up in the later afternoon, and then pre-market, starts to kind of pull away. So we ended up having this double top at about 21, a little over 21. It was at 21.22, double top. See how we came into that level earlier today? Came into that level, it pulls back, and then it comes back up again. All right, so it curls back up here, sells off to 18, curls back up slowly. I'm moving, move it along. All right, so finally starts to get back up, and then watch this little move. It pops up right here, a little after 7 a.m., goes up to 21.22, breaks through that level, and now you start getting some nice action. Holds 21.22, rips up to 24. Pulls back, goes up to 26. Pulls back, goes up to 27. Hits a high of about just under $29. Sharper pullback, MACD crossover, as you can see here. So now we're dipping back down. And now we've reclaimed back up to 26.59. And we're in this area here. All right, so now we've kind of rolled it forward to where we're at right now. And it's certainly interesting. I mean, it's holding up. It's a recent IPO. It's a Chinese IPO, similar to Meg L and HKD. Neither of which held up really well over, sort of the long haul, but did give some short-lived opportunities. Perhaps that move, that's the best that you're going to get on it, and it's dead. But perhaps if it breaks through 26.59, we do get a retest of the pre-market high 28.70, or maybe this level here of 27.49. I imagine, as is typically the case, that it's going to be fairly hard to borrow. I'm not sure that shares are going to be available, or if they are, let's see. So I do actually have shares available at 95 cents a share. So that means if I borrowed 100 shares, it would cost $95. If I borrowed 10,000 shares, it would cost $9,500. So they do have some shares. I don't know how many, but they have some, but they're expensive. So you need to pull a full $1 a share out of it just to cover your borrow fees, not to mention profit. So you've got the cards stacked a little against you there. The MACD mountains are kind of declining here, but that's partly because we're coming into this consolidation. So this is our leading gapper this morning. The float's a little higher, 39 million shares, but actually, I don't think that that's right. Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure they didn't sell that many shares. Let's see. I thought they sold what was it? Let's see. I gotta check the IPO calendar. So they sold 20, so this is our IPO calendar. So they sold 2.94 million shares at $12.25 a share. All right, so it's not 34. So the problem is a lot of these market data providers, especially with recent IPOs and reverse splits and stuff like that, they pull something off of, some feed, and it might be the total number of shares. It's just, this is very common. All right, so anyways, the high here is 26.59. We're kind of doing like an ABCD pattern, A, B, C, D, but then we didn't break over on that leg. So we're kind of in this consolidation here. Your high is 26.59. That's the pivot that needs to break. You've got this level here. So 24.63. Let's see if that level can hold. You've got a bigger spread right now. If that drops, then we'll probably get a retest of VWAP as we pull back a bit more. 50-cent spread at the moment. So we need spreads to tighten up. So GCT is definitely on watch. GNS, I got a trade on that on the break of VWAP earlier. Put in a really big move at like 4 a.m. or was it after hours? Let me just check. No, it's 4 a.m. So big move all the way up to like $19 a share. Okay, so a stock that shows it can squeeze pretty quick, somewhat recent IPO. So that's the setup there in a way. So worth watching. Meg L, also somewhat recent IPOs, worth watching. Yep, so we've got, we got some action there on Meg L yesterday, nice bounce. So that's still giving some opportunities. But GCT is our leading gapper. So this is the one that I'll watch first. And if this continues to be strong and it breaks through the pre-market high, then we'll start to watch for sympathy momentum on other stocks. There's a couple cheaper stocks that are on the scans. MOBQ was one of them, but I'm not really that interested. Pattern's not that exciting anyways. So I hope you guys have had a decent week. We've had some, we've had some volatility this week. It's been pretty decent. So hopefully we can get through, the rest of the month. We've got, how many weeks left is it? It's two full weeks left. Week and a half, another week and a half in the month. So, it's been a pleasant surprise to have this level of volatility, despite bear market territory and overall markets being choppy. S&P is gapping down a bit this morning. So welcome to those who just tuned in for the morning show. I'll remind you as always that trading is risky and my results are not typical. So I hope you do take it slow. Don't try to blindly follow me or anyone else. The broadcast on YouTube is delayed versus the real-time ultra low latency feeds that we send out for members over at Day Trade Dash and who are members at Warrior Trading who are part of our classes. So just be aware of that. I hope you guys checked out the bear market strategy episode that I uploaded yesterday. That was a pretty good one. So bought the dip there on GCT. Now I'm going to watch to add over 75 and 80. So what we're looking for on GCT is a squeeze up to 26. Watching right in this area. We're still on a little bit of a pullback. Bit of a swing there. So kind of bought into a false breakout. I'm going to add at 96 to buy the dip. And let's see if this thing can reclaim 25.50. We've got 24.85 on the ask. So, this is kind of a bummer. That's going to be the biggest red trade that I've had in like a while. That trade right there just put me down 2,300 on the day. I bought like right into a false breakout and it looked good. It honestly looked great. I thought it was going to curl through 25.50 and squeeze up and it popped to 25.75 and then just like a hard sell there. So, at the same time, our 5-minute is still valid. We've got a 5-minute consolidation, but I just sized up a little too much on that break of 25.50. So we'll see. We'll see what it does here. I'll leave a new order at maybe, I don't know, 25.75. Nice job for those that bought the dip. Look at that range. Come on. Wow. Huh. All right, well, let's just watch it. It's got some range. Getting in back up here is a little tricky, though, because, you stop out and then you get right back in. So now I've got to kind of keep it on watch. So starter there, now looking for 26.25. We're now looking for the breakthrough 26.59. All right, so watch over 26.25, 26.50 for the next ad. If we get through 26.50, then we're looking for the retest of 28.70. So going in with smaller size to start at 25.99. I'm going to watch this area here. And given that bounce is what gives me confidence because it's a really strong bounce. It's a good bounce that's showing some good momentum. So the high there was 26.38. New order, I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to do a limit order at 26.50. But what I'm going to try to do is add in this pullback area of consolidation so that when we get the break through 26.50, I can be adding at that level and sizing up for the squeeze up to 28.70. That's the target, 28.70. So watching this area here, high of that candle was 26.15. So new orders at the new spot that I'd add would be 26.15. The order's at 26.50 still. Five-minute breakout is 26.59. So definitely some volatility, but volatility is opportunity. The nice thing on this is that we've got the 5-minute that's still looking good. When you trade just on a 1-minute chart, you can lose a little bit of context. You could start to think, oh, well, the 1 minute looks good, but you know, you're in the context of a 5. So watching here, added 26.15, next adds 26.25. So just sizing in slowly here on these breaks for the break of 26.50. High of that candle is 26.20. Back to 25.11. So I think this is one that you got to buckle up on a little bit. Nice, Chris. VLCN. Not sure about that. We'll leave it alone for now. Obtains pre-orders that sell out entire 2023 forecasts. It's good news. We'll see if it can hold up. Volume's a little lighter. Watching on GCT to add on the dips for the breakthrough 26. I got to cut it loose. It's just pulling back too much. So I got to be a little careful here. I went from up 3 grand to down 6. This is the first red day that I've had since mid-July. It's still relatively early, so I do still have time to recover, but the struggle here is real for sure on this stock. Got green on it, and then 2 back-to-back losses. I'm going to put it on a side chart since I'm struggling with it a little bit. The high on VLCN 264 on this candle. $272. Floats a little higher. We'll keep it on watch. We've got about 15 minutes to the opening bell. third leading gapper is VLCN, second leader is AGLE. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm gonna trade VLCN. So VLCN, you've got your high there of 294. You've got 2, 4, 5 green candles in a row coming into a little bit of resistance up here. So we can watch this 1 minute pullback. High is 294. Starter at 82. I'm going to try to buy the dip on VLCN for the break of 3. Watching over 95 to add. Added at 95 there for the break of 3. Now looking for 310. Watching over 3. Added at 99 again. There's 305. A little profit at 302. Holding small size still. There's 97. 98. So the high there was 302, 303. New order goes at 303. Still watching GCT. Added back 303 there on VLCN. Look at that big buyer. See that big buyer right there? Adding at 3010. Now looking for the squeeze up to 325. Nice. Some nice trades on that. There's 315. Big buyer popped up there on the level 2. High of this candle is 315. New order goes at 315. Added at 311 right there for the break of 15. Now looking for the squeeze up to 320. So we're getting some action on VLCN. We'll see if it wants to squeeze through 320 on this micro pullback right here. Watching over 315 to add. The fact that it's holding over 3 is good. Bought the dip at 303 right there. Added 303. Now looking for the retest of 315. We've got 308 on the ask, and then we'll see if we get a move up to 320. Added there 312. So trying to catch that break through 320. There's 318. So a couple small trades there, little profit. So first trade was a dip off of like 88. And then add through 3, move up to 315. High of this candle's 318, new order 320. I'm not sure if we're going to pull away from that 3 level, but let's just watch. Yep, GCT still on watch. VLCN still holding a smaller position. Added at 301. There's a big buyer there on the bid. Now looking for the break through 310. So bought 2,000 shares, 301. There's 36, 37. Average is actually 302. It's not too bad though. So that's first 1 minute candle. If we break through 15. Added at 14 for the breakthrough 318. Let's see if we break over 20. Added at 318 there. Looking for 19 and then 20. So we want to see this break through the 320 spot. Watching to buy dips off 3 for the retest at 315. Bid at 307, but I'm just gonna go flat on it, so take a small loss. So let that one pull back for right now. GCT still in consolidation. Low of the last pullback was 24.74. Breakout obviously is still 26 and 26.50. Quick starter there at 45 on GCT, and then watch 75 add. Added at 78 on GCT for the breakthrough 26. I want to see if we get that break of 26 here as we're getting closer to the open. If we can break through $26, then we're looking at 26.50. So let's watch, because we're in a nice wedge here. So looking for an add over 26. High of this candle, 25.80. New order at 26. There's some buyers there at 54. We have ascending support coming into this wedge. So the idea on this is going to be a break through 75 and 80. Nice on VCLN. Still watching it, but not sure. It needs to break through 20, and I feel like the cleanest trades on it are probably done. So made 300 on the first trade on GCT, but gave back 800 on the second there. So added and then sold, added back, and then another loss on it. So we've got about 4 minutes to the bell. So the goal today will be to try to soften the loss. If I can finish flat, that would be great. So that's what I'm going to be looking at through the opening range, the first hour up till 10:30, 11. We'll see if I can find some trades, cut the loss down a little bit. I don't know if I'll finish flat today, if I'll get green. Took a couple of bigger losses on GCT. I still think it has potential, but obviously I haven't made money on it. So maybe I should just leave it alone. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's up 61%. And it's still relatively early. So that's the game plan here as we come into the open. Bit of a red day so far, down 4,800, but this is a manageable red day, and there may be a chance for redemption. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to keep trading, and we'll see if we can find some more opportunities. All right, so that's the game plan going into the open. Reminder, as always, trading is risky. So those tuning in on YouTube, make sure you manage your risk, and I'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning, Monday morning. So the problem with this here is the history of rejection.